Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tommy Jordan coming to you Saturday, September 5th, 2020, to talk about the federal payroll tax deferment, or what's being called a federal payroll tax holiday. There's a couple aspects about this businesses and employees need to keep aware of. Number one, it's not a tax holiday. So, how it works, if you're an average employee that draws a W 2, your employer has the option to choose to enroll in this program, depending on the size of the company you work for. And instead of paying in the normal about 6.2% that you pay in federal taxes now, you can just choose not to have that withdrawn from your check between September 1st and December 31st. So the good news there being, hey, I get an extra 6.2% of my paycheck home, right? Fantastic. I get more money right before Christmas. How amazing is that? Awesome. I can buy a cooler Halloween costume. The downside that people don't seem to know is that by doing this, you're pretty much agreeing that come January 1, you're going to pay double federal taxes for the next 4 months. So you get 4 months of no federal taxes, then you get 4 months of double federal taxes. Nothing in that deal to me sounds good. Nothing. If I'm already having a hard time paying my bills, you're going to give me a slight percentage back, and I mean it's a small percentage back, but a slight percentage back, and then without any idea of how January is going to be, you're going to turn around and smack me for double taxes in January, February, April, and March. Yeah. So I cannot see why anyone thinks it's a good idea. Now, to be honest, the Congress does have the ability to permanently forgive any deferred taxes. Problem is they haven't done that, and they probably won't do that at all, in my opinion. Actually, at all. They may do it later in the year. They may do it January 1. They may do it, whenever. So you could take the risk and go, hey, there's a good chance, since all these politicians right now are just throwing out checks left and right, that maybe the government's going to just choose to forgive the debt. And that would mean that if I switch my taxes to no withholding, I get an extra $6.30 on every 100 between now and Christmas, and I don't have to pay it back at all because it gets forgiven. If that's a bet that you want to take it. I wouldn't take it. A couple of things for businesses. If you have less than, I think it's 500 employees, you can choose to opt out. There are, just scratch that last part. I don't feel like recording this again, but I can't remember if that's the requirement or not. I think it may be lower. So there are a few things to keep in mind if you're a business. I own a business. My wife owns a business, and we each have employees. And I work for the county where I live, so we have 400 and some odd people on the county payroll. So here are some other things people might not know. Let's say you're an employer and you decide to partake in the federal payroll tax deferment, and your employees get to save some money between now and Christmas. That's fantastic. Great for them. You, the employer, are going to be responsible for double taxing them January to April, right? What happens when you fire that employee, or that employee quits? If you have an employee that quits their job between now and, let's say, January, you, the employer, are still on the hook for that money. Employee's not. They're gone. They aren't getting any more checks. You don't have anything to garnish. So if they leave you in the meantime, you're stuck paying double their taxes for the person that doesn't even have to work for you anymore. That's not necessarily fun, in my opinion. I cannot find a positive spin to this at all, except for the people that just read it as, I'm going to get some free money, and they fall for it. No sensible business person or employee that I have spoken to yet about this entire thing, and it's been talked about for a month now, not one single soul thinks that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's kind of nuts, but I wanted to make you guys aware of it, especially that double taxation from January to April, and the employer not loophole but problem that could arise if you're an employer and you employ somebody and all your staff takes advantage of this. And let's say you have 50 people and everybody's now got a tax deferment, and then come January, you, the employer, are now responsible for paying all those people's federal payroll taxes that you no longer have the ability to get back from them because they no longer work for you. That's going to be problematic. It's going to cause some businesses some problems. So, my advice, steer clear of it. Employers, you can just choose not to partake. There are some requirements. I forget who can choose not to partake in it. I think it's employers that have less than 50 employees. That's one of them. I would stay away from it. I honestly would. That's my thoughts. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend and you enjoy Labor Day. It's Tommy. I'm out.